All right, so we're out here January 7th. Actually, no, wait, April 7th. Kind of feels like January. The current temperature is 20 degrees, and that's at almost 11 o'clock today, and it feels like 8 degrees with the wind. So, yeah, April, or so they say. Yeah, it's gonna be more of the same here. I got a lot of stuff, so I'm still cutting up on the outside. I've decided that I'm gonna clean that up first before I get I don't know, too carried away, I guess. I don't know. I didn't bring the trailer out. That's still got a load of wood on from last time I was out here. Get the four-wheeler going. And then straight ahead of us here, I don't know, there's a piece of pine that dropped. So that's new. I'll cut that up too, I guess. So yeah, I'll get this thing set up here and get going. Alright, so this is where I've been working here. It's a lot of messing around because it's odd sized pieces because they kind of just dropped it, however, but slowly working through it here. And I started, and you can see just on the other side of that electric pole, that's the neighbor's side there. The electric pole is basically where the property line ends. So I've worked my way down here. There's a little pile of stuff that have oddball cut pieces that I just kind of left from last time, but cut this up this morning here and trying to pull whatever we got out. Just cut this stuff up. Oh man, but it's taking time. So, and then to go back up towards the other end here, there's a bunch of stuff up there as well I gotta get cut up. So my plan is that the way I'm kind of working it here is cutting up all the hardwood first, which is basically oak, getting that all cut up. Right now I got the tractor preheating, so I'm letting that get warm before I use it. So I figured I'd come down here with the four-wheeler, get a bunch of pieces cut up, and then I can load it up with the tractor and make a couple trips back and forth and just dump it in a pile, I guess. I don't know what to do with it right now. So I don't really feel like selling it because I feel like I got way too much time cutting stuff up for it to be worth anything, you know. So, and then I'm gonna cut as long as I can with this saw until it goes dull. That one tooth that hit a nail, it still cuts, but boy, it just does not cut smooth like it used to. Cuts pretty fast though. I mean, that way the saw's running really fast. So there's one piece back in there yet I gotta get. Might be some smaller stuff, and then this will be the next little project here. So, and then once that saw, either if I hit a nail or if I end up cutting into some wood that's got some dirt on it, then I'll probably go to softwood and start cutting the pine and whatever else is down that I can cut up with that, because once it gets dull, it just takes too long to cut the hardwood, so it's just easier to cut pine and stuff like that. So, and what I should do is get on that soon, because that pine right now is not real sappy. It kind of froze up with it being cold. Last couple weekends it was so warm, this stuff is just oozing sap, so I want to get everything all sticky. So, alright, we'll get the tractor out here in a little bit and we'll start moving some pieces around. So the reason I'm not putting the other pieces in there, I'm trying to separate the stuff that I got cut and then just oddball cut off pieces. I got a special pile for that. Alright, so the battery's just about dead here, so let's see if I can get the camera charged up and probably break for lunch here. I'll get this last little bit loaded up and then we'll come back after that. Alright, so I got everything cleared up from that way to where the camera's set up here, so and the ground is still hard enough where I can kind of scrape off this bark and stuff that they left behind. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring that all the way up this way because I got everything cut up that they had and picked up, so I can do this now. And the ground's not not thawed enough where I'm gonna be peeling the sod off, which is good. Certain spots that are in the sun, that's a different story when you get further out, but right next to the tree line here, it's been in the shade, so the ground's pretty hard yet. So I'm basically just scraping off the bark and stuff, and then I'm gonna put it somewhere in here. I don't know, I'll have to find a spot, but I'll run the tractor up this way. So right in there, I'm gonna just take that whole works and push it in, and then what I got left here, I'm gonna bring this down to that same pile. This is all kind of the same type of thing. I did a little bit here just to see how it would work. Seems like it'll work, so that's why I went with this. And then like this stuff right in front of us here, I'm gonna push towards that pile, and then I'll push it in between those two trees, kind of the plan here. Alright, so that's kind of where I started scraping. And I just brought it down to this end here. Seems like it works pretty good. Like I said, it's just the stuff that's in the sun here. You can see the top is a little soft. So it's better than probably what it would have been if I would have left the bark there. I'm sure it would have just killed the grass. But yeah, I don't know, this is some weird weather here for April to be so cold. I mean, I guess it's good. But yeah, you can see, like, right back up here, that's all ice there, so you know, I'm not really cutting into the grass. There's spots where I probably did, but maybe it's a little bit more level than what it was. And like some of this stuff too, I didn't get this all picked up. I don't know, I can kind of mess with that. It's better than trying to rake it, I guess. And I don't know what the deal is here, if there's dirt or something piled up, but I definitely could not get into that. It was frozen pretty solid there. So yeah, starting to get it here. So I wouldn't say I'm half done with the stuff on the outside here, right by the road. Boy, they really, I mean, where that tree was, or that tree is, or that stump, whatever you want to call it, that basically there was a nice line of trees all the way down. They took them all off. It was only the ones with our signs on, that one there, and then the next one down that's on the other side of the tractor, a taller one that's got a sign on it too. So they're really taking some stuff off here right by the road. So one thing I may look into to see if they make some sort of exhaust that comes out vertically, because right now it comes out the front, like below the oil pan, and it just stinks whenever you're driving it. If you're just going forward with it, it just stinks like exhaust. So I don't know, it's probably not good to be breathing that stuff in. I'm sure it causes some sort of cancer or two. So I don't know, I'm gonna look into getting a vertical stack for that, and see if they make such a thing. I don't know. I'm working on still getting wheel weights for it too. I know that's been a long process. And then a set of forks. If I had a set of forks, I probably wouldn't be blocking everything out here and making a pile. I probably would be making a pile of logs, doing it that way, maybe cutting them to like 8 foot or something, or 10, and then just stacking them. But yeah, this is the best way to do it. So, and this pile I've taken off of a few times now. Brought stuff with the trailer, and like I said, I got a trailer load sitting at the house yet. This is all stuff I dumped today. And then the pile further back there, that's just random oddball pieces, cut-offs and stuff, or stuff that's just not real nice. So, but yeah, I don't know, it's starting to get windy here. I'm getting cold, so I'm gonna shut it down for today. I think I put about 4 hours or so on the John Deere, so that was a pretty decent amount of time. Not too much idling. I was using it most of the time. I did all my sawing first, and then I used it to move most of those pieces down here, and then what you saw at the little bit there, scraping the grass up a little bit. So alright, that's gonna be it from central Wisconsin here.